Well, hello again, 300L friends. We're again looking at a special piece out of the 300L toolkit. In this case, it's the key pouch or the key pocket. And as you can see, there's 7 originals and 1 modern copy. Of the originals, there's 3 different kinds. This one's the earliest. That's the one that was used on the Gullwings and early Roadsters. This one and this one are 2 intermediate pieces where I'm not absolutely sure of the correct designation number. They're just a bit smaller than the later ones, which you can see on the right side. If you place them on top of each other, you can see that they're just a little bit different in size. Very little difference, but noticeably different. Okay, now why would you need this? What you don't want to do on your instrument panel is what I did right here on my Gullwing in the early 70s. You can see this is the original key on a keychain which looked like this. You can see how used it is. It's lost its chain over the decades, but I didn't know better. I hadn't even seen ever before one of the pouches that was delivered with the car. You can see that it's correct when you look at this 300L brochure, which was done for the American forces. And on here on the second page, you see exactly this key pouch or a key holder with the Mercedes-Benz barely readable on here. Now, in order to determine that you really have an original in front of you, you need to look at the female end inside of the snap holder, snap closure here, and it says S-T-O-C-K-O, Stocko, okay? On the outside, it is covered by a plastic cover. The plastic coating is about 0.2 to 0.3 millimeters thick. We measured that, and that seems to be extremely hard to reproduce in these today. That's why the knockoffs do not have it, and they don't have the Stocko snap closure either. It has a 9 millimeter diameter brass Chicago screw with slotted ends on both sides. The intermediate has a different Stocko closure. I'll show you on the red one. This came with my car, my Roadster, when I bought it in 1977. And here, again, you see the Stocko, but it says Stocko 2. So it's a little different. And the male closure is different from the outside too. Now when we look at this one, which is the same, it's rusty. Again, inside you can hardly read this Stocko. And you can see it's the same on the outside. Whereas this here, the later type, also has the Stocko 2 snap, and the male end has a slightly different imprint on the outside than the other two. Okay, over time with use, they lose the pattern. You can barely see the pattern here, what's left of it. Same on mine, you can hardly see it here. Okay? Now, why you want to have this, and why for the intended uses, the repro that you can buy from Authentic Classics is just as good as the original, is that you can make sure that you only have one key sticking out. So when you turn your ignition on, you prevent that all the other keys in the bundle scratch up your aluminum paneling, the paneling strip, because that's anodized aluminum and you cannot polish it. You can see in the picture here what happened to a new aluminum strip when these keys were put into the wrong hands, who didn't know how to work them, and had them hanging out like this, trying to turn the ignition on. Those scratches are from misuse. Also, of course, if you want to open your door, or if you want to open the trunk, you won't want to have if they're so nice, these little things, you don't want to have them dangling around with your house keys on there and the dog chain and whatever, and ruin your paint or anything else, but dangling around. You know, having this dangle around your your instrument panel when you're driving, when you're braking or so, you don't want to have this. Use this for another purpose, but not for operating your car, opening your door, or opening your trunk, or your gas filler lid. Always take out the key that you need, like this is the door key, close the snap, and then work the lock. Or then insert the key. Close it before you insert the key. This is the reason you need to have one of these. Doesn't have to be the original. They're damn expensive. Again, when you see the replica that I use for daily use and compare the covering of the female snap closure, you see this has been painted, and this is a plastic covering that will outlast this by indefinitely. So now you know why you need to get one of those key pockets or key pouches or key holders, whatever you call them. Go out and get them and enjoy your 300L. See you next time when we focus on another interesting part of the tool collection.